Howdy, folks. Welcome to episode 77. It says paint and chat. I might paint. I know Hexy's not going to paint. He's in the middle of playing his big game. So it may be a misnomer. Sorry. But we are going to chat. We're going to talk. We got lots to talk about. Hissy Cat is in early. Hey, Hissy. Hola, peeps. Hola, Hissy. Crossing Obstacles is in the house. Hissy Cat Studio. Hey. Reach Crawford. Hey, all. And then Hexy coming in and saying, hey, hey. Hi, hi, hi.
Hi.
So what's going on? What's happening? What are we talking about? Well, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to start with going back to what's driven us before, and that is Wiley Games. So as y'all have heard, as y'all know, as I have been saying ad infinitum, it's going to be this weekend, Battles and Brews. Now, if you can't make it, and I understand there's some of y'all that can't get to Independence, Missouri, I understand it, but you can still be a part of it by going to Wiley Games. Actually, March to Victory is where you're going to go. marchtovictory.net. And you're going to click onto the Battles and Brews header. You're going to go shop, and you're going to buy a $3 raffle ticket. Now, you may be asking, what can I get for that $3 raffle ticket? Well, there's going to be a big drawing, and a lot of names are going to be pulled. I don't know how many, but there's going to be a lot. And what is it that you can win? Well, you might win a cork coaster with the Wiley Games logo on it. You might win several coasters with the Wiley Games logo on it. You might win a dice tray. It's collapsible. It's kind of cool. You might win a tape measure. The nice thing about that tape measure is it's both inches and centimeters. So you can use it wherever you are in the world. And that's the other thing. If you there it is. That's what it looks like right there. If you win, even if you're in Sweden crossing obstacles, Jay Wiley and Robin Wiley will ship it to you no matter where you are in the world. If it costs them $30 to send it to you, they're going to send it to you. So what are some of the other things you're going to win? Possibly win? Well, my understanding is everybody that buys a raffle ticket will receive the custom Battlesuit Alpha cards. I'm thinking the Mech Warrior unit cards. So even if you just the $3 for the ticket, you're going to get the cards. So you got that going for you. But you can win a copy of Battlesuit Alpha when it comes out. You can win your choice of rules. So if you want Galactic Heroes 2nd edition, that could be, one of the prizes. One of the prizes is going to be Galactic Heroes and a set of cards, or Starfighters and a set of cards. But the biggie, the big grand prize is you're going to win a copy of Battlesuit Alpha when it comes out. You're going to get 2 5-mech teams, custom painted by Jay Wiley. The unit cards, each individual mech card to play the game, and the custom deck for Battlesuit Alpha. Anywhere in the world. So, you live in Australia, you live in Japan, you live in Sweden, England, San Diego. Doesn't matter where you are, buy a ticket and throw your name in to the hat to have some cool prizes. We got some other people here. Chuck wasn't feeling good this morning. He threw up. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope you're feeling better now. Bunkhouse, good evening, everyone. Dave Hall, 53 seconds late. Hello to all involved. Yes, hello. Paul Beckus is in the house. Hi, everyone. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Hizzy Cat says, hey, Crossing Obstacles Gaming, long time no see. Well, and then my brother is chiming in with San Diego is a myth. Well, I'm not going to go that far because I got 2 viewers that claim they're from San Diego. Of course, we all know what San Diego is named after. I believe it's the German word for, well, we'll just leave it at that. So yeah, this weekend, Battles and Brews. I'll be doing some live. I'm not gonna stream any games, but I'll do some live pop-ins and show you what's going on, show the games what's happening. But yeah, hop in there. Again, you're gonna go to marchtovictory.net. You're going to then click on excuse me, marchtovictory.net. You're then going to click on Battles and Brews shop, and you can buy buy multiple raffle tickets if you want, and then also they've got these 12-ounce glass tumblers that look like Coke cans or beer cans. They're the same shape with the top cut off with the Battles and Brews logo on it. So you got those for sale. They got t-shirts for sale. Remember, all that money that is gathered is raised through this weekend is all going towards funding March to Victory, which is the last weekend of March in Blue Springs, Missouri, which is just outside of Kansas City, a little farther east than Independence. If you get the chance, definitely come out for that. Definitely want to you want to be a part of that, if at all possible. Another great convention coming up is in the Kansas City area is Recruits. We've got that coming up the end of September. That is $5, gets you in the door, unless you're a student. If you're a student, you get in for free, but you have to show your ID. You can't be like Headley Lamar and try to get in and be, in your 50s. I got to pay. Even though I went to school there and graduated high school from Lee Summit High School in Lee Summit, Missouri, I still got to pay my $5. But it's a great time. One of my it is my all-time favorite convention. March to Victory is coming in a very, 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 very close second, almost tied, just because I'm obviously so involved with it. So we are hoping to have Battlesuit Alpha ready for release the weekend of Recruits. So fingers crossed there. What else do we got going on? Oh yes. 2 weeks ago we hit 200.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
And I put out a video. Hexy and I put out a video asking people to come in and do their part and to tell me what size shirt they want and what 2 nationalities of World War II warships did they want. I only got 3 responses. I got other responses, but they said, well, obviously we live overseas, so if you pull my name, go ahead and, pick somebody else. Fair enough. I appreciate the courtesy. Because shipping anything overseas, the cheapest I can get is about $30, which is it's not crazy because you can shove about 10 pounds worth of stuff into that box, but I'm not sending 10 pounds worth of stuff. So, oh yeah, besides the shirt and the ships that I'm going to be printing and painting and sending out, you'll get a copy of my beta version of my Ocean Thunder rules and the appropriate ship charts for the ships I'm sending you. But McMurray's got a prize, a surprise. What the surprise is, he hadn't even told me yet, so I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up that the comments for that video real quick. Bear with me all while I pull that up. And we're going to roll a D2, or excuse me, a D3 to figure out who has won the contest. Now, we did a great job. We got 15 more than the 200. We're at 215 now. But we've been at 215 for like 4 or 5 days. So would love to see some more folks join in. So, all right. So let's see who I have here. We've got E4 Airmen. We've got Kenneth Seidenblad. And we've got Reese Crawford. Let me just make sure we haven't got anybody else. So no one else has come into the comments with a t-shirt size request and nations. So we're going to go a D3, which is simply a D6, where 1 and 2 will be, 1 and 2 is going to be E4 Airmen, 3-4 will be Kenneth Seidenblad, and 5-6 is going to be Reese Crawford. So here we go. See if I can do this. Yep. All right. 1 2 E4 Airmen, 3-4 Kenneth Seidenblad, 5-6 Reese Crawford, and we've got, that's a 1. So E4 Airmen. E4 Airmen, you are the winner, sir. You are the winner. He's requested double XL and British and Italian ships. So I will be getting the British ships. You're going to get 2 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, and 4 destroyers for both British and Italian. That's damn near the entire Italian Navy. Well, at least a cross section of what they've got. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If there are any ladies out there, don't want to be discriminatory. We've got E4 Airmen coming in with the win.
Rats.
Let's see. So Hissy Cat says San Diego means great life. All right. Warmutt's in the house. Hey, Warmutt, how's that grandbaby doing? Hope you're having fun with him. Patience Daniel-san. Cars and Obstacles. My subscribers have hovered between 305 and 310 for 2 weeks now. Stuff like that happens. Oh, I know. Hey, I've only actually been doing this for what? March 1st of last year is when I started. So there you have it. I've been, so March, April, May, June, July. So I've been going 16 months. I think 216 months isn't too bad.
Not at all.
Now, Cross Obstacles also says, Chuck, hope you're feeling better. I can tell you that I rolled the 18mm Napoleonics for my next project. Nice. Hissy Cat says, I just subscribed. Well, there you go. There you go, buddy. And Reese says, congrats to E4. Absolutely. So, again, we're looking at 300. We're 85 away from 300. If we hit 300 by Christmas, the giveaway will be Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi that I will print and paint for you. Of course, a T-shirt, as always, and some other stuff. There you go. If, however, we hit October, if we get it by October 31st, if we hit 300, if we get another 85 by Halloween, that's just basically 3 short months away. If we hit 300 by Halloween, the prize is going to be more grandiose. It's going to be the T-shirt, of course, but it's going to be a team of rebels, 5 rebels. It's going to be a team of Imperials, 5 Imperials. It will be the cards that I'm going to make up for Fistful of Lead Galactic Heroes to play those 2 teams, and a PDF copy of the 2nd edition Fistful of Lead Galactic Heroes. So if you want to get down on that, make sure we hit 300. Tell your friends, tell your relatives, hell, tell your enemies. We can definitely get you. Going there. I'm not painting a Greek army in honor of 300 War Mutt. So, Kenneth, howdy, y'all. Hi, Kenneth. So I just did the roll-off, and of the 3 contestants, E4 Airman came out to be the winner. So thank you for responding. I greatly appreciate it. There will be plenty more options to take advantage of giveaways in the future. So don't worry. And we might even have some, just because in the next couple of months. Not for anything special other than, hey, I'm feeling squirrely. Let's make it happen. So, let's see. Mormont says, off I go. Slap that bald head next to you.
I'm sure that's referring to me.
Yeah, I'm smacking you.
Sorry, I can't get in there for you, buddy. Yeah, best I can do for you.
All righty, guys. So, what turn are you in there, Jeffy?
I'm starting. Let me look at my calendar. Let me look at my Microsoft Outlook calendar. Oh, July 4th and 5th. So I'm in the 7th game turn.
There you go. And have the Germans. Todd's in the house. He's doing dishes. Well, as soon as you get done with the dishes, I hope you can, join us on the camera, sir. That would be nice. Not thrilling, but nice. 100 fake internet points to anybody that can give me the reference there. Jay, you don't count because you're going to know that. It looks like we got folks. We got all kinds of people going back and forth, subscribing now. Crossing Obstacles has now subscribed to Hizzy Cat. Hizzy Cat subscribed to Crossing Obstacles. Hey, if y'all aren't already subscribed to Hex to Hex, he's got more than all of us. Actually, who's got more than all of us is Todd. War Road plays World War II. He's in the upper 2000s.
He's up there.
Mid 2000s. But go subscribe to him as well. He puts out some really good product. Hexy puts out some good stuff. War Mutt has got some great Great stuff. Definitely go out to him. Um, some others that I really enjoy watching. Um, John over at Joy of Wargaming. Definitely, go subscribe to him. It is not Office Space, Reese, but a great movie. Who else? Oh, obviously Wiley Games. You want to check out Wiley Games. So yeah. So all that's all over. So have the Germans made any advances?
So not that you can tell from here, but that's the port of Riga, and you see it starting to push out and down the north side of the Davina River. And we need to take this crossing here. I'm going to throw up a portable bridge right here, probably the next turn, to give them another way across. And then we need to take this crossing down here. Once this is all cleared out, hopefully sooner than later, so that the Soviets don't get more time to dig in back here. Then we'll start to push. But the Germans don't get a whole lot of reinforcements. They get, I take that back. They get a couple of panzer divisions, and it's like 2 or 3 motorized divisions. So that'll give them some burst to get through. So, and of course, the objective is way, way up yonder.
Yeah.
Leningrad.
Cool.
Yeah, they're moving along. But of course, I'm pulling back with the Soviets and trying to delay at the same time to give them time to dig in. And that's where it's
nice. Now, how many turns is a game on this one?
47 game turns, and it's 2 days per turn and 5 miles per hex.
Okay.
Which can be.
You're in turn which? 7?
Yep. Got a long way to go.
And a short time to get there.
You got it.
So the other big thing that has happened is this past Monday, Lock and Load Publishing put their crowdfunding campaign up on GameFound, and it took just over 15 minutes for them to hit their goal of 25,000.
That's awesome.
They currently have 563 backers at $81,702. They punched a hole straight through all of their stretch goals in just over 2 hours and 20 minutes. They hit $50,000 in 2 hours and just over 2 hours and 20 minutes. To the point now that they're talking about adding additional stretch goals.
Right?
Yeah. So the great thing about this, and there's still plenty of time if you want to jump in and pledge. There's still plenty of time. There's still 26 days left on this. I can easily see them. I can easily see them doing 150,000.
Oh yeah,
easily. And it's a great system. Let me see what the average person is pledging right now. Average person is pledging $145.
Wow.
Now, it means if you look at it, the base box is 110 and the expansion box is 40. So yeah, you're right there. It looks like just about everybody is getting the base box and the expansion box. The first 100 people that were able to get their pledge in was able to get the base box for $100. Hey, Hissy, go do your thing, man. If we're still here, come on back. If not, catch us on the rerun. Go live your life. Do your thing. Don't worry about us. We're good. Take care, man. So the first 100 people were able to get the base box for 100 instead of 110. It's going to retail for 150 when it hits Lock and Load's web store. It's going to be $150. I was lucky. I was in. I got in on within the first minute, and I was number 61. First 100 were done in less than 90 seconds.
Wow, that is impressive.
So they got something here.
They said Nations at War was their big dog. It's funny because every time I hear it, it's Lock and Load Tactical and World at War. But Dave was saying that the Nations at War was actually their.
Yeah, they've got 3 versions of Nations at War. They've got let me pull them up here real quick. Hold on. Oh, wrong button. At least I didn't close me out this time. Yeah. But before we went live,
left me talking.
Yeah, Jeffy was telling me a story about something that happened at work today, and I went to wipe down the keyboard, and my computer decided, you know what? I think you're wanting me to log out, so I'm going to quit all your applications and log out.
WW. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, World at War is the big dog, then tactical. Okay, well, fair enough. But Nations at War, if people are not into dealing with air cover and helicopters and air assault and guided anti-tank missiles and all that fun stuff, but you still want the same feel of the game, go to Nations at War. Nations at War is their World War II platoon level, and I don't know if I'm using the correct terminology for hex and counter games. To me, a platoon level game is where each counter is a platoon. Is that the way is that the way it goes?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, it's their platoon level game. Lock and Load Tactical is their squad level game.
Right.
So let's see. Lock and Load Tactical Nations at War. Here we go. So the 3 versions of Nation at War that they've got is White Star Rising, and that's Northwest Europe. That's Americans, British, Canadians going up against Germans in France. Then they've got Desert Heat, which is Allies versus Germans and Italians in North Africa. And then they've got Stalin's Triumph, which is East Front.
That's the one he sent to me, Stalin's Triumph.
Yeah. So I'm going to be getting Desert Heat. And then I would like for them to do a send up for Italy, Sicily, Italy, and southern France.
Why would you want Italy and southern France?
We all know why. It's 3rd Infantry, of course. As long as you follow that 3 with a 6.
Or the 3rd Infantry with Audie Murphy.
Yeah, 3rd Infantry with Audie Murphy. So, who eventually did end up in the 36th. So, we claim him.
Well, he was a Texas boy.
Yep. Yeah, he was definitely a Texas boy, and then ended up being a pretty good movie star. All things being told. Yeah. So I also like to see him do a send up for the Pacific, focusing on the Army and not the Marines.
Right.
Because what people don't realize, or they don't think about, they might realize it, but they just don't think about it, is that there are more Army divisions in the Pacific than Marine divisions. The Marines get all the hoopla and the ballyhoo, but it was the Army that did a lot of the heavy lifting also. In fact, my brother's brigade combat team, the 33rd Brigade Combat Team, Illinois National Guard, uh, at that time was the 33rd Infantry Division. And they did a lot of fighting in the Pacific. So I'd like to see some Pacific action with the Army, so I could, I could be just as giddy about seeing the Golden Cross as I am about seeing the Texas Arrowhead. So, but we had we had David, and we had Keith, and we had Jeff on the show last week, as y'all know, and David sent us, or we'll be sending Jeffy and I a truckload of stuff. Now, he did us a little dirty.
And Devin said it was intentional.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely can see that. But he sent us tank on tank. He's sending us tank on tank. He sent Jeffy west front, and he sent me east front. I could give less than 2 squirts of piss about east front, and I know Jeffy is not a fan of west front in the slightest. He now, you might have gotten a bad taste on it because you played Goodwood and had to slog with the bocage, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, not big on Slogfest unless it's Black Powder era.
Yeah. So, let's see here. Reese says New Guinea Fistful of Lead campaign is my next big project. Outstanding. That's gonna be really cool. You're gonna be doing it in 54 millimeter, right? I know you are, Reese, because you love the 54 millimeter, and I think that looks absolutely amazing. Reese, yeah, I see that. I'm getting to it. Also, can't hear Illinois National Guard without Convoy getting stuck in my head. I love that song. It's a great song. Now, you all know when I'm on a chat, I get distracted real easy, and I apologize, but I'm just going to take this one little side thing. C.W. McCall, the gentleman who wrote and performed Convoy, was also the leader of none other than Mannheim Steamroller.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Yes.
Now that I did not know.
Yeah. So, and you come in with a microbus. Yes. What color was that microbus?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay. I don't remember. For whatever reason, I want to say chartreuse, but I'm certain that's not right. Now, Kenneth Seidenblatt says my grandpa was 36th Division World War II veteran. Was he pre-casino, Monte Casino, or post-Monte Casino? Oh, Reese says it is chartreuse.
The chartreuse microbus.
Yeah, the chartreuse microbus. God, that song is such a great song. I love that song. Reese says there is no other scale. For you, sir, there is no other scale. Obviously, for me, there are plenty others. And then Todd says there was a 54 millimeter game at Historicon Medieval.
Oh, I saw that video. I just watched it about an hour ago.
I gotta check that. I gotta go watch all that Historicon stuff. So Reese, are you going to be working to get that New Guinea Fistful of Lead ready for March to Victory? Because if you are, I'll make sure to not run a game when you're going to run it. And
Now I have questions about this. So Fistful of Lead campaign. So when you say you're going to play a Fistful of Lead campaign, are you creating multiple scenarios that carry into each other with forces like, okay, so if the Brits or the Americans or whatever are the attacking force, Like I know Todd played a game. Him and Murray, when they played that 6 or 7 scenarios they played in that game, depending on what you had left after your fight moving forwards is what you carried in. Maybe you got some reinforcements. So how do you do a campaign with Fistful of Lead? Is it multiple scenarios that you decide on and then you progress?
So there's a couple of different ways. I don't know how Reese is going to do it. There are a couple of different ways to do it. You can have an actual map campaign where you lay out a map and break the map down into different segments. And as you move your units through each segment, they will control it or have to fight for it. And then when you have your fight, whatever is left over, there are rules. So let's just say you're going to do just two 5-man teams, 5-man team on each side. And it's because in Fistful of Lead it ends up being just a couple of scout squads or whatever. Just because a model is out of action does not mean he's dead.
Right.
Because in the back of the book, there are rules to roll to see what happened to that model. He might have died. He might have gotten a severe wound, which gives him a negative, or he might just be okay. He like Nixon in that episode of Band of Brothers where he takes a ricochet off of his helmet and gets knocked down. Well, he's a little dazed. He's not in the fight right then, but we rolled for him and he's okay. So that's one way of doing it. Then there is what they call a ladder campaign. Oh, and on the map campaign, obviously, as you go through each section of the map, you get access to, maybe there's food there, or you've captured an ammunition dump, or something to that effect that gives you additional. Maybe there's an airfield that allows planes to land to be able to restock you, that type of thing. Then there's the ladder campaign where you start in the middle, and whoever wins that battle will push to one side or the other, and there's a certain number of points along this ladder that if you get all the way to one end or the other determines who wins. And as you go from point to point on the ladder, different things become available or taken away from you.
Right.
Reese says, as far as campaigns go, I create a hex map for my theater of operations. Battle lines move based on rolls. My crew is simply caught up in a tiny piece of whatever battle is generated for them. Platoon forward or 5 men in Normandy for scenario generation. Okay, very cool. There you go.
I've always been curious about because, so this thing here that I'm playing, obviously that's a campaign, but it's all one fluid motion.
Right. So you could use this. You could use your game here to generate a tabletop miniatures game.
Whenever there's a battle that has a unit in it that I'm
right, exactly.
Right.
So, for instance, if with Salerno, let's say I've got the 16th Panzer and the 142nd, let's see, 11B. Oh, let's do this instead. The 79th of the 16th Panzer is going up against the 142nd of the 36th. Whereas in this game, I roll a single die. I count up, how many points they're each are worth, and figure out, what my ratio is, and roll a die on the combat results table, and that tells me, hey, who won the battle. What I could do instead is take that and play a miniature game, whether it's Fistful of Lead or it's Fistful of Toes all the way back in World War II, or it's what have you. I would play that tabletop game, that miniatures game, and the result of that becomes my combat result for the board game, and the board game becomes my scenario or becomes my campaign.
Gotcha.
John from Joy of Wargaming is coming in saying, "Hey-o." How you doing, John? Like I said, folks, if y'all are not already subscribing to Joy of Wargaming, he puts out some great content, a lot of solo gaming, because he's all the way out there in Hawaii and it's just him and his birds. So definitely go check him out. Great content. And he's not like me. He's actually a rather dapper and handsome individual, but his voice is even better. It's very, I don't want to say soothing, but it's a good voice to listen to, and you get really enthralled with what he's talking about, and you get excited with his gaming, and it's great stuff and very prolific. He's throwing out 2, 3 videos a week at minimum. Always great stuff, and you don't realize that you just spend an hour watching him play a game.
Love videos like that.
Yeah, you get so caught up in it, and you get excited when he gets excited, and you hope when you're watching him roll the dice, you're hoping that the number comes up that you're wanting for that die, to come up, and yeah, it's good stuff. Kenneth says, "Hey, John, enjoying Sneedville." Oh, and he came back up here. Says, Kenneth said, "Not sure he was a combat engineer." All right, fair enough. Well, if you want to find out more about him, if he was in the 36th Infantry Division, and you want to find out more about what he experienced and what happened with him, you can contact the Texas Military Museum down at Camp Mabry. It's a wonderful museum. If you ever get a chance to be in Austin, and it's not a Monday, you can go to the museum there on Camp Mabry. You just have to have a state or national ID to get on the post, because it is an active military post. But you just go in, you roll up, you show them your ID, you say, "Hey, we're going up to the museum." They'll let you right in. It's free to get in, and it's wonderful. It's an amazing looking museum. It is talks all about the 36th Infantry Division from its start as the 36th Infantry Division during World War One. What a lot of people don't realize is that the 36th started in World War One as both an Oklahoma and a Texas National Guard unit. That's why there's the arrowhead for Oklahoma and the T for Texas. That's their patch. It's a upside down arrowhead with a T in it. And because of Oklahoma being part of it, during World War One, they had the first code talkers. They had the Choctaw Indian tribe out of Oklahoma get, called up to be part of the Army, just like, so many other young men of the time. And the colonels and the generals and the whatnots realized, hey, we got these guys here that can speak a language that nobody on the enemy side is going to know. So they can listen. They could listen to us all day long, and they're not going to know what's going on. So they had the Choctaw code talkers in World War One, and it talks about them. It's got the Hall of Medal of Honor recipients, talking about all the different Medal of Honor recipients. Talks about the major battles that the 36th was part of during World War II. Talks about how they captured Hermann Goering, how they were one of the units that came across one of the concentration camps. In fact, the World Jewish Memorial Museum up in New York City considers the 36th and a lot of the other divisions as, they have a special place in the memorial for these Army units that helped relieve those concentration camps. So 36th, 45th, 101st, all of them. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Reese says some cool 54 millimeter dioramas. The Italy one blew my mind. Yeah, the one that's San Pietro. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. So yeah, it's and they've only made it better over the last 10, 15 years. They've got an M4 Sherman that actually runs. They take it out on a regular basis. They've got it set up with propane tanks inside, and what they'll do is for the main gun they'll fill it with propane, and then it's got a spark plug to ignite it. So when they fire it, it goes boom. And then the same thing with the 50 caliber on top. Every time you depress the butterfly trigger, a little jet of propane comes out, and so it explodes, from the fire. It goes pop, 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 pop. It's got the flash at the end of the muzzle. It's really cool. They also have a Hetzer. Hetzer's going to Hetz. They've got a Sidkevitz 251. They've got a Kubelwagen, and all of these run. And so every Memorial Day and every Veterans Day, they do a little bit of a reenactment. It's pretty cool. Yes, crossing the obstacles. Yes. Says, if you know the name of a person in the 36, there's a database of people in the Texas Military Museum, for example, the time when they were in the Army and so forth. Yeah. So they've done a really, really fabulous job of taking to the history of the 36th Infantry and providing all kinds of information for people to access. And if you want even more information, you can always, call them or send them an email. And they've got interns there during the summer and the winter and fall, etc., that will go look up information for them. If they've got records for just about anybody that has ever been in the Texas National Guard, not just World War II. I'm sure I could go in there and say, hey, I need to get the records, for my dad, who was part in the 49th Armored Division in the late 60s, 70s, and early 80s. They might even have my records in there if I really wanted to go in there and see it. So, yeah, they've done a great job. And they're always getting new exhibits and new information. So it's really cool. So if you ever get the chance, check it out. Camp Mabry in Austin, Texas. Free to get in. I also know I've been to two other military museums. I've been to the 45th Infantry Museum in Oklahoma City, and it's a really good one also. And then the one here in Springfield, Illinois for the 33rd. That's a pretty good one also. Now, the thing with the 33rd is they will take you back all the way to Civil War, because they draw their lineage, and actually the Texas one draws their lineage back to the founding of Texas in 1836. But Yeah, there's a lot of Civil War information and the battles that the uh, 33rd was a part of, or historically where they were, like the 130th Regiment, etc. So really cool stuff, and I'm sure there's military museums in all the states, some better than others. Um, I did. There's one I think it's Fort Sill that I've been to. That's pretty good. So yes, yeah. Jay says, ahem, Mexican American War. We got Santa Anna's wooden leg. Yes, you do. Yes, yes. And Texas has been bleating. Yes, and I said bleating like a bunch of sheep, wanting it back. And yeah, it's not happening. It's it's not gonna. They're never gonna give it back. So Texas, just sit down. Reese says U.S. Cavalry Museum at Fort Riley is worth it too. Yeah, that's a good one as well. That's a good one as well. Hoping to go to Millennium Con this year. I'll have to stop by Camp Mabry. Yeah, definitely. Millennium Con's another great convention. It is, if you got the time, it's in November, where it's bearable temperature wise there in Texas. And they got a great site. I think it's still there in Round Rock at it's a hotel with a convention center area on the back, and the game convention takes over the convention center. It's a 2-floor affair. Really great. It's I've had many a fun time both running and playing games at Millennium Con. So if you're ever get the chance to make it down to Round Rock the first weekend or second weekend of November, check out Millennium Con. It's not as cheap as Recruits at $5, but still I think it's only 35 or 40 for the entire weekend, and it starts Thursday afternoon and goes through Sunday. So 4 days of gaming. Got a really good and they've got a really good vendors room, and then on Sundays they've got a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a swap and shop type of thing, where people can bring out, give the convention $5 and set out all their garage sale goodies. So Crossing Obstacles says, it's 4 a.m. here, so I have to stop painting and go to bed. Have a fun stream, everyone. Again, thank you so much for staying up with us. It is greatly appreciated. Catch the rest of it later on today or in the next couple of days. Thanks for stopping in. It is truly appreciated. And guys, if y'all haven't already, go check out Crossing Obstacles Gaming. He does some good work too. So, all righty. Well, what have I been working on? Well, obviously, y'all have seen me putting paint to tiny ships here quite a bit lately. I'm going to make myself bigger here. These are just so fun to paint. They're so quick. I really enjoy them. I've like here's USS Missouri. Doing my best to get kind of a feel and flair of the flavor of their camouflage. Doing my best with them. Like here's USS California. It's not exact, but you know what? It's 1/6000 scale. I just need it to kind of look like it, Also I'm going to be setting some paint onto these guys here. These are 1/2400th scale subs. This is a Typhoon class. I've got we've got a Los Angeles class here. And I've got an Alpha class. So of course, with these three, I can play the scenario for Hunt for October using the rules called Con Sonar, a free set of rules available on Facebook. Just go to your Facebooks and type in con-sonar, CONN-SONAR, and you'll be able to download the rules for free. You can't beat free rules, right? So, okay. So what are you doing now, Jeffy? You're not pushing your counters.
Well, I'm getting ready to declare an attack here in just a minute. I was
okay.
and rummaging through on the browser here. What all right, so I haven't heard the words. Actually, I think it's been a couple weeks since you've said anything in depth to these words. Star Wars. What are you free? Are you doing anything? Do you have a plan for anything? You got all that stuff that's painted, and other than what you're going to be doing in a con.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to see. All right. Here's what I'd love to see. So, Nache sets up somewhere, whether it's 3x3 or whatever, somewhere in the corner there. All right. And Nache plays a game, and Nache does the intermittent video shoots of what's going on in the game. He gives a good in-depth. Instead of doing a live, which is cool if you want to do a live play, instead of doing a live play a couple turns or whatever it is of whatever it is you're playing, especially Star Wars. That shit's going to go over so big it's not funny. And do kind of like a couple turn review on what just happened and get to the details. Because I know the way I am with war games. When I turn on a video and somebody's giving me a good explanation of what they did, like I would love to watch Todd's shit, whether it's a quick one or whether it's a long one. I would love to see that on miniatures, because I think seeing something like that would take somebody like me who's not miniature prone like you guys are, and maybe sort of suck me in a little bit to that stuff. I think that especially with Star Wars or anything naval would be phenomenal for you.
So that's in the plans for Star Wars. I've got access now to some more models, some more figures. What I'm wanting to do is a Cloud City game,
right,
from Empire Strikes Back. So as you can see, I've got a Wookiee here with a C-3PO in a net backpack.
I recognize that scene.
Yeah, and I've got I'm going to be able to. I've printed out some Ugnaughts, the little guys on Cloud City that are, they should be pretty cool to get painted up and going. I also have access to the Cloud City Guards, so I'll be printing them up and painting them, and of course my stormtroopers. So, yeah, I'm thinking of doing something Cloud City based, and maybe it's
you got my brain working now. So, okay, here we go. All right, so another thing just crossed my mind that I know you'd be so freaking good at, it's not funny. So the game Squad Leader has scenario cards, all right, where you can play different scenarios throughout World War II.
Yeah.
What about Nache writing some Star Wars scenarios cards where you give the play, and it could probably be any rule system, they would want to use. You could write it for anything, and create some scenario fights. Maybe you create like a dozen of them, or maybe you create like 6 of them, and get those scenario cards out. Let people have them for free, and see how that. I think you'd be fucking great at that shit.
Yeah. My brother and I are published scenario writers.
Well, why not publish scenario write something you're really, really good with?
Yeah. So I'm not gonna give myself a timeline because I'm horrible at that. And I freak myself out a little bit when I start thinking, oh my God, I only have this long to get something done. But let's say, okay, by the end of this year, I will, and maybe not a campaign and maybe not necessarily linked scenarios, but I will have 6 scenarios that can be played with any rule system.
Yeah, like some intro stuff, something to pull players in that's easy. And
using Star Wars.
I think that would be super, dude. I really do. I mean, I know there's a lot of Star Wars mini stuff that people play out there.
Oh, sure.
And while granted, I don't dig, that's not my forte. But I don't remember hearing anybody in any videos saying, oh, here's 5 or 6 scenarios you can play with Star Wars. I think you could do something marvelous with maybe just sort of a lead in. Maybe pick a game system or multiple game systems that you could write the same scenario card, whether there's victory conditions. And just, if you write 6 scenarios initially and ease a player into it, that could have a stunning effect on players that don't necessarily dig into this stuff.
Here we go. On top of what I've already stated for October, if we hit 300 by October 31st, we'll have at least one scenario to go with the Fistful of Lead Galactic Heroes 2nd edition, and the 2 teams.
Right.
So that I will put myself on the block for that. I'll have one scenario that uses the 5 rebels and the 5 Imperials. And I'll, whether it's a scene from the movie or a scene from one of the shows, or maybe something I just make up pulling out of my ass, who knows? But it will be a scenario that uses the 2 5-man teams for Fistful of Lead. I'll also make it work for Tomorrow's War from Ambush Alley Games.
I think that would be marvelous, Nachi. I really do.
Yep.
I think that there's knowledge in the back of your head that's not coming out, and that could be and then hell, you could turn that and do some. And who says it has to be historical, or who says it has to be movie based? I mean, isn't the Star Wars world pretty much endless and planets everywhere?
Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. But see, the thing is, you start off with something people know. So like that's why I did Indoor.
Right.
I my first Fistful of Lead game that I ran was based on Indoor because it's a known thing. My second one is Battle of Tantive 4 at the very beginning of Star Wars.
Right.
Because it's a known thing. Now that I've got those established, I can branch out and go anywhere I want to. So I can even if it's not referenced, but I could use one that's referenced, like when in Empire Strikes Back, when on Hoth, when Leia asked Han, "I thought you were going to stick around." He said, "Well, the bounty hunter we met on Ord Mantell kind of changed my mind." Well, shit, I want to know about that. What happened? Who was the bounty hunter? Well, based off of what you're saying, I make that up. I make this scenario where you've got Chewie and Leia and Han and whoever else is with them Not Luke, because he's off doing his thing. Or maybe Luke is with him. Who knows? And then you've got, a group of bounty hunters or bounty hunters and his minions. Yeah. Yeah. I don't see why not.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of good ideas right there for you. Do some reviews of what you're playing.
Mm-hmm. Wardrobe says, Todd says, shoot, I missed what Jeff said would make for a good minis bat rep. What he's talking about is me getting some Fistful of Lead or getting my force on force or getting my ships, and not necessarily doing a live play, but playing show the setup, play a turn or two, show what's happening on a video, play another turn, kind of like what you do with your games. But he thinks that I could be doing that as well, and very much so. It's absolutely something I can do. He says it's like skirmish campaign books, $20 each. They're system agnostic and for miniatures. Well, there you go. Yeah. Walkabout Games says hello and a wave. Hi, Chris. He says, "Yay, Star Wars!" Absolutely. Yeah, I became a Patreon supporter for Skullforge minis. He does 3D STLs for not Star Wars. They're Star Wars. He can't call this model Chewbacca with C-3PO on Bespin. He's got to call it something else. But I mean, that is absolutely Chewbacca. That's absolutely C-3PO. He can't call this third sister from the Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's got to call it, he's got to call it something else. So, let's see here. Ken says, I got a Star Fighters Bespin battle in progress. Oh, outstanding. Outstanding. Definitely let us know how that goes. Would love to see some pictures also. If you want to either throw them up on our Discord or you want to throw them up into our Facebook, Not Jay's Tabletop Gaming Facebook group, I'll share them with the group.
Here you go. I got a challenge. All right. Y'all love this one. If Not Jay pulls off the 300 by the end of the year, all right, I'm going to give you to the end of the year.
Okay.
If Not Jay pulls off 300 by the end of the year, Hexy will play a miniatures game, tabletop, solitaire. Now, don't expect a lot of terrain. It might just be a blank tabletop, but I will personally play a miniatures thing and video it myself.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. Walkabout says, hell, if you do some force on force, I'll send you some minis. Outstanding. Done deal. We will talk offline on that. Reese says, hey, Hexy, what color were your issue socks? Weird question, I know, but I need it for a miniature. Yep, green. Those itchy sons of bitches.
Yes, they were the rattiest things, but they did the job.
Oh, my God. And if there had thought about elastic, as soon as you put a toe in that son of a bitch, it unraveled.
Yeah.
Now, what I did when I was at Basic, I brought white tube socks to wear underneath the green itch monsters because I hated those damn things.
I'd have to, when we go to the field, there were sometimes where I'd have to put on two pair, but when I went to the jungle, no, sir. One thing good about those old olive drab socks they gave you is sweat rolled right out of them.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh, hey, looky there. Adult dating.
Hey, I must be doing something right. Look at that.
Oh, look. Had to get that in there.
Yeah. Okay. How do I? I've blocked the user. How do I get rid of the?
I don't know. I can't do that from this end.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
What the hell is a ton of not Star Trek miniatures? What's that mean?
All right. So he has tons of Skullforge miniatures, which are like these guys here. Skullforges who sculpted these 3D, and then I get to print them. I buy them and print them. Kenneth says, "Sure thing, absolutely. I'm gonna be loving to see that. Hell, I might do scenarios for that as well, for starfighters." It says, "I'm painting a ton of not Star Trek miniatures." So not Star Trek miniatures are like this is not Star Wars. It's Star Wars,
Right,
but
gotcha.
he can't say it's Star Wars. He's got ones for Star Trek. They just can't be called Star Trek.
So I would have to play a not Star Wars tabletop game. Is that what you're saying?
No, you can call it Star Wars. Absolutely, you can call it Star Wars. This is I can say that this is Harrison Dula, Captain Harrison Dula, the pilot and owner of the Ghost, but he can't.
Gotcha.
And sell it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get it.
Oh, and by the way, this is 100% painted with Citadel contrast paints.
Okay.
Well, except for the gray parts, like
right.
That back there.
I can't wait. Mine should be here shortly.
Yeah, I want to get a hold of those also, because I want to see the consistency difference. Because what I was seeing from Todd when he was painting that Draconian, all of the colors he was using were working in that fashion. By contrast paints, some of them worked right, some of them aren't.
Right.
So I have the full range of the original line of contrast. I like a lot of them. There are some that I use a lot. So for instance,
10 of them, I think.
So for instance, this is what I use for my blonde hair. It works really, really well.
Right.
Not the yellow blonde, but kind of like the orangey blonde, or a dirty blonde.
Right.
Works real well. Another figure that I've is this one is 100% contrast.
All right.
It took me less than an hour to get him painted.
Yeah. Well, I'm watching, of course, with us goofing around the last few nights, watching Todd do it, and he's really kind of head over heels for that stuff. And I think one of the things he said that was nice. I heard sort of other mentions of it, is about how it holds its line on the brush. It doesn't just run all over the damn place.
Yeah,
almost like a true paint. So that's kind of really, really cool.
Chris Long says the Armory Painter ones are very different, I find. Now, do you like them better, or do you just like them different? Because when I got a hold of these contrast paints and started using them, my outlook to painting changed drastically. Because I could get this look with a single swipe of the brush, basically. Whereas with regular paints, it would, that's 3-4 layers of different colors, and it's just a pain in the ass. you know, this dude's skin looks very, very three-dimensional. Looks very, looks really good. Again, a single swipe of the brush. He says, I like them for different jobs. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it'll be. I want to get a hold of some and see. Now, did you get the full?
Yeah,
Did you go Gonzo and got the full set?
Yeah, I bought the Mega.
Okay. Where did you get it?
Miniature Market.
Miniature Market, yes. In beautiful St. Louis under the water.
I wanted to buy him from LBW, but he doesn't have any in the store at all.
Well, I know he doesn't have them on his website. Did you contact him and see if he's got them?
Yeah, well, he knew. I told him a long time ago when he gets them, I want to get him, but he hasn't. And I'm sorry, but Todd's just having too much fun, so I needed him.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Absolutely. Says contrast has more colors, I believe. It does seem that the primer will make quite a difference. Absolutely. Yes, it will. Definitely with contrast. Now, I use almost exclusively white when I use contrast paints, but you get you can use any light color is going to give you a different feel. So if you want it to be kind of a sharper color, a colder color, you would use a gray or that white. If you want it to be a warmer color, you can use a beige or a bone color. Walkabout Game says, I picked up earth tones, greens, and browns. There you go.
From the Speed Painter set?
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. It says, Kenneth says, I'm an Army Painter fan. I like the Army Painter paints. They're good. I like them. I've got so many Vallejo paints.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've had access to from, where I was living. He says the brand of primer as well as color primer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest. I use Krylon Super Flat White. It's like $4 a can. So, yes, I did say bone. Yeah.
Peter.
Sounds like you are done. It sounds like Hissy Cat says, I'm back. What did I miss? Everything, sir.
Man.
You missed everything. Excuse me. The highlights is I got challenged to start putting up videos of game battle reports of Star Wars, of Fistful of Lead, of my Ocean Thunder game. I've been put up to a challenge to create scenario packs. So yeah, those are the two biggies. And now we're talking about paints, both contrast paints from Games Workshop and Armory Painter's speed paints. So there you go. The last 45 minutes caught up in however long that was. Reese says, thinking of stepping up from craft paints. If you could only use one line, what would it be? Oh man.
Well, let's see. Okay, so what? Citadel, Vallejo, and Army Painter are what? They're probably the big three.
Yeah, pretty.
An Army Painter would be the cheapest.
What's that?
An Army Painter of the three would probably be the cheapest.
Well, Army Painter and Vallejo are very similar priced. Very similar in price. Okay, I'm going to see what Mr. Chris.
I have both Vallejo. I bought all the military Vallejo packs. And then, of course, I got the one Army Painter thing, and I've got a bunch of contrasts from Citadel, which I like them. But those contrasts, man, boy, that stuff's expensive.
Okay, let me share this. Hold on one second. My brother says don't just use one line. I'm using Vallejo, Army Painter, and Citadel right now.
Yeah, because you might find there might be a color in each different line that suits what you're painting better.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me see if I can share this here.
Reaper paints. I forgot about them. Damn it.
So there's what Chris Long's working on. So this is what the not Star Wars or not Star Trek looks like.
You stud. And
very nice.
Pants.
Very nice. I like it. Speak of the devil. Hello, Todd.
Wardrobe. And he's got minis in front of him with paint.
Good. So, Chris Long, those are very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Potty break.
Sorry to get on here so late. Everything took a little longer than we thought.
That's okay. Glad you're here. We're in fact, we're talking about what you are working on right now is painting.
Yep.
Bunkhouse says, I'm a big fan of Reaper paints and Army painter. I avoid GW paints anymore. The thing with GW is two things. One, their cost. They are expensive. Two, their bottles. A lot of people don't like them because of this right here. I know many a person that has had a bottle like this open, using it, and they brush their hand across and tips over and out goes the paint. So that's a big reason why a lot of people don't like them. Obviously, I got the contrast paints because, well, they did exactly what I wanted them to do. And Army Painter did not have speed paints out at the time. So, Walkabout says, he says, I lose 5 different paint companies. I'm assuming that's I use. Kenneth says, mix and match and craft paint for terrain. Absolutely. Hissy says he really likes golden paints from Blix. Okay. A college roommate used GW, wasn't impressed. GW change your bottles and flow improver and last forever now. There you go. And Kim says, can't beat snake bite leather from GW. Well, I can tell you one thing. The snake bite leather contrast is one of my favorites. It does do the things that I want it to do. So the colors that from them that I like, of course, is the Ayandin yellow, the snake bite leather. For blue, I like the Talisar blue. It's a really rich blue that covers nice, but does the seat spin and the running off and that type of thing. So that's a really good one also. I did, and I might have to post it on my channel. I did a review of the contrast paints when they first came out because I for my birthday that year I got the full line, and I did what I like about them, and it was posted up there over on Rocky's War Room, and I just never moved. What I could do is to fill in all of these, all of the things, needing to have more content is go pull all the videos I made for Rocky's War Room and bring them up over here.
Good idea.
Yeah. Bunkhouse says GW recently changed their formula for their shades. I need consistency from my paints. Now I just mix my own shades, washes from Reaper paints and Flow Improver. So, yeah, that's something. When Army Painter came out with their speed paints, GW realized that, crap, we need better consistency across the line. Because some of them do what they're supposed to do. Some of them don't. There's a lot of inconsistency in the consistency of the product. So they brought out 22 new colors with the new formula. They also redid their shades, as Bunkhouse says. Hissy Cat says, by the way, the beer will be on its way in a few weeks. Had an unexpected. That's completely understandable, Hissy. I was telling before we came online. I was telling Jeff that due to some unexpected things popping up, that we're not able. Donna and I are not going to be able to make it to Minnesota this summer, which is very, very depressing to me. It's been 7 years since we've been up there last to the family cabin. Was really looking forward to spending about 5 days up there. And it's just things popped up that we're not going to be able to make it. So
That's a bummer.
yeah, sucks. So Hissy, I take your time, man. Do what you need to do for you. It's greatly appreciated that you're even thinking about me. Says I was able to go to Reaper and Denton and sit and paint for a day. They make a good paint. Yeah, Reaper does have a pretty good paint. Really good. I just bought 10 of the new contrasts. All right. Very good. Let us know how they work out for you.
So they reformulated their contrast line?
Well, yeah. When Army Painter or Army Paints, what is it? Army Painter?
Army Painter.
Yeah, when Army Painter brought out speed paints, and the consistency of the consistency was consistent.
Oh boy.
Along the entire line, GW realized, well, crap, we need to have a more consistent product line. Because, like I was saying, some of them are flowing the way that we want them to flow and have the pigment, pigment laying the way we want it to lay. Right. Others, it's really thick and it doesn't flow the way we want it to. Others, it's so thin that it's just, might as well not be doing what it's supposed to do. So they came out with 22 new colors with the new formula. They also reformulated their shades like Agrax and Null Oil, etc., and so forth.
I remember the days of mixing Future Floor Wax.
Yep.
To make washes and stuff.
Yep.
I tried that with little success. I was like, screw it, I'm buying it.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the same way. Says the new colors like Imperial Fist Yellow is amazing. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Good. I'm glad to hear that. The OG. Hello, Devin.
Hey, what's up, Devin?
That's looking good there, Todd.
Primer. So McMurray reminded me about that other stuff. Steinitz, what is it that Wapple uses?
Steinel Res.
Yeah. McMurray was saying that, and they got sets of those. I might have to consider getting a couple of those.
Well, he was an oil painter.
Well, I know, but they're acrylic primers.
Okay.
Yeah, Steinel Res is a primer that he uses.
Can't I just buy a dunkable primer?
You can't. Vallejo has those primers that you can do that.
Yeah, but I like the ability, if I'm using a brush on, to be able to be sparing with it.
That's true. I mean, it's expensive, Jeff. It's like $20 a can, and for me, it always runs out halfway through. It quits working.
Yeah,
it drives me freaking crazy. But they do have them under all those basic World War II colors, so you can do the World War II, and then you just paint the helmet, the tracks, whatever it is you're painting. I mean, they're really good.
You're talking about the Army Painter cans, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about Vallejo cans.
Vallejo does. They both do that. And
Vallejo's got more World War II colors than Army Painter. Army Painter's focused on fantasy primarily. So you got to kind of figure out. Like this is interesting. This primer that I'm using is a brush on. I'm going to shake it up somewhere just in case. Scale surface primer.
Where'd you get that at?
There's a Miniature Market because that's the only one I could find there in the store. I didn't place an order. But
I'm like you. I don't want to stand outside with a damn spray can.
Well, I don't like doing that. It's just it's like just a few days in St. Louis you can do that. So you can see. Oh, there it goes. That's a great picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can see how it's covering. It's not
great.
It's not great,
but it's not horrible.
No, and that gray will come through on these washes.
Yeah.
And I don't. So just to let it. So I prime this one with the. Actually, I use the.
The little Army Painter primer bottle that doesn't matter.
No, so this and this one, which is the 54 millimeter that McMurray printed for me, and the 30 mil and the 15, I primed with this.
Yeah,
which is Army Painter brush on primer. It went on great. It flows great, and when you see it, it's just a great smooth. It covered it well.
Yeah, but does Army Painter make a bigger bottle of that? Because I pretty much trashed mine.
I think they do. But anyway, you can see, I mean, it's great coverage, but when you use the contrast, it's very dark and you lose some of that contrast work it's supposed to be doing because it's kind of dark. So I thought, well, I really need white, but I need to see if Army Painter's got a white one, actually. Miniature Market doesn't have it.
They have a spray one, so I'm assuming they'll have a bottle one.
Yeah, I need to go check that out.
I'm looking right now. Keep talking.
Or you could get...
they don't have them at a Miniature Market, I don't think.
You could get the Army Painter spray can of bone.
I don't know if I'd use bone. I mean, you can. Oh, are you being funny? Okay, that's hilarious.
I'm trying to find where my cans are because I have a bunch of those.
Wait, you got a bone in cans? You got cans?
Yeah, I got a can of bone.
What kind of show is this?
I did buy a Vallejo.
Just before you came on,
oh, I'm sorry, I'm not.
We did get links to best sex site on the internet.
Oh,
yeah. Me.
Yeah, that happens when Jeff gets on your channel.
Just for a second.
Yeah.
A friend looked it up. A friend used it. I'll tell you what, these are Clan Battle Max. Dang, these things are super detailed. What the heck, dude? Oh yeah, Vallejo Hobby Paint. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the difference.
That's like a field growl.
Yeah,
I have a sand colored one from them too, but I have an Army Painter one here somewhere. I think it's a white. Yeah, here it is.
They're great, but they always die on me early, so I'm just frustrated with it. And I can only do it every once in a while.
Here you go. Here's the Army Painter white.
Yeah. See, they didn't have any. I was going to try to buy one, just because we do have days you can do it, but not the last few days. But
well, I mean, the last few days you'd have to be wearing snorkel gear.
True.
Yeah. How did you fare with all that?
We were
okay.
We were fine here.
Okay.
Thank goodness. I just had my Jeep. I just plowed through it all.
There you go.
But actually, I didn't have to drive through anything. It was good on our side. So.
All right. So
where are you looking at? Army Painter or Miniature Market?
I'm looking at Army Painter, and the only paint on they've got is the little bottles.
They don't have big. No, that's okay. So you know what?
Army Painter does not have big bottles.
I'm about to go buy a 1 gallon can of gray primer for acrylic to paint your walls with.
Don't see why not.
That'd be hilarious.
Except that
it's gonna be too thick, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you're probably gonna you would want to definitely tone it down, or Now Vallejo does make, as he says, make surface primers for different colors and can be hand painted and comes in big bottles. That's what this is here.
So when I was at Mark Twain, okay, so I bought some of that from Mark Twain, and it turns out it was airbrush paint. Is that airbrush?
No, this is surface primer.
Because mine turned out to be airbrush, so it's super thin. I've brushed it on, but it's kind of goofy because it's still.
I got this off of Amazon.
Okay.
I
I bought it for Mark Twain, not really paying attention to the.
I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't that much.
Well, it's good primer. I like the primer. It's just airbrush, so it doesn't really brush on well.
Chuck, you still on here?
I like Vallejo products. I really do. I wish if they make a wash, it's all over. I mean, not a wash, but a speed paint. I don't know why they would, but
To get into the game.
But you could, but you can do World War II in these colors, especially the smaller ones like 15s and 6s, because you just got to change your primer, and you could make it a little darker green for Russian or whatever. And
So Hizzy Cat says, go to a professional art supply store like Blix, and you can buy high quality acrylic paints for a lot less money. Hobby paints are extremely expensive. You're paying for the brand.
There was a craft brand that I used, not craft itself, but it was just a hobby craft type brand that I used to go up to Hobby Lobby.
yeah,
And I think Michael's had even carried them. But most of, like a lot of your like Walmart craft paints, 99 cents a bottle, something like that. These were like $2.10 or something a bottle, and just a massive range of colors. And that's what a long time ago when I painted or whatever, that's what I would use, and they flowed fine. And if you didn't need to add some flow stuff to it or whatever, you could do that. It was fine.
Huh.
Americana's not bad. I've used some of their stuff.
So Vallejo, in the small dropper bottles, this size, they've got all kinds of surface primer colors, like plate mail, skeleton bone, leather brown. Why you would want a gloss black, I don't know. I don't think that would give too much tooth. White, gray, black, German Panzer gray, German dark yellow, German red brown, German green brown, UK bronze green, USA olive drab, Russian green, parched grass, late earth green, early, NATO green, desert tan, IDF Israeli sand gray, US Navy light ghost gray, pure red, and ultramarine. All of those are primers.
I've got like 8 boxes, different boxes of this stuff. I bought the whole freaking kits, all of them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we know that I've got they just sit here looking pretty at me. And Army painter stuff sitting there.
Kissy says no Hobby Lobby or Michael's crap paint.
Ooh.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. My 124 scale ships that I painted 25, almost 30 years ago and have won painting contests with were painted with Apple Barrel and Americana. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just
saying.
Yeah, I mean they're great for terrain and for sure, but yeah, I mean you just gotta. Did you dilute them at all? Like
Oh yeah. You crap ton of water. Gloss black is good for undercoat for metallics. Reese says he'll Walkabout agrees. Gloss black is for effects paints like shifting paints. Okay, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, regular paints does not like to stick to that gloss at all.
Yeah.
Chuck says, yeah, he's still here.
I got something I want to tell them about the VUCA simulations thing.
The hookah mucka. What?
Yeah. Chuck, didn't you just get a game from VUCA simulations? Weren't you playing one of them here recently?
They
contacted me today, and they sent me a box of games to review.
Oh, look at
Very
Jeff, big
nice.
time.
I was stunned to see that come across my Facebook chat this morning at work.
Are you gonna
Made my day?
You're gonna retire? You're gonna be able to retire now that you're making money on your YouTube channel with free
Yeah,
games?
I don't know. That 15 cents from Google every month it's close.
15 cents from Google. Nice.
I haven't even considered. I see the monetize and stuff. I haven't considered that.
No,
stuff.
Jeff, I'm talking about all the free product you're getting.
Oh yeah. Well, if I could get food and rent money out of it.
Oh, I guess that's true. Your landlord won't take a VUCA game?
No. I don't think she could spell VUCA.
This, man, these are very detailed.
Yeah, well, yeah, but walkabout, not all of us are 90 or 91.
There you go. That is one of Reese's pictures, or
Reese,
one of
you're
Reese's
a-
miniatures.
That's some really good camo, dude.
Let's get a little bit closer picture here. Hold on one second. I can.
Yeah, it's good people sharing these pictures. Are they just sharing them on the Discord or what?
Yeah, this one's on Discord. Share screen, window, bingo.
I'll
bingo.
tell you what.
Bold.
There you go.
Hexy turns 60 tomorrow.
Yes, happy birthday, Mr. Hex.
Have fun with my card I didn't send.
I feel the love.
Chris Long says, when I was young, craft paint and oil paints were all we had.
Back in my day. Sorry, Chris.
I know I'm old. He says, awesome. He says, you'll be right back. Hissy says, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's a good looking miniature there. 54 millimeter for the win.
I like that stuff. Got some flage going on there.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Here, I'm going to start painting with this stuff. I bought this after I met you guys. So here's what Hexy's going to start painting miniatures with right there.
Acrylic in tubes.
My Walmart $11.
Yeah. Hey. Dave Hall says happy birthday also.
Thank you.
Happy Hexy
gold,
Day.
Cash, no cards necessary.
Well, with you, if they use a card, they got to swipe it down the slot, right?
And I don't want one of those 100-year birthday cards.
Oh, man. So, I will start working on some scenarios. The group is probably going to be tired of hearing me talk about it.
Never.
Because once I get started, I won't shut up about it.
I wouldn't have brought it up if I didn't want to hear that.
Oh, I know. Dave Hall says 60 was last year for him.
You're old.
Damn near archaic. Chuck says VUCA across the big river opened, not played.
Bug River, yeah. I didn't have that
but
one.
Is it,
I don't know if they'll send me that one or not.
But is it clipped?
Chuck doesn't clip anymore because you all got him painting minis.
Well, it just means he's not clipping any less either.
Yeah, see, riding miniatures to get to school or riding dinosaurs to get to school. God, that's just, you know what? Hey, Najee, just take your fingernails and run them down a chalkboard, why don't you?
I probably you're probably getting that same feeling I got when I watched that video from Historicon about the guy doing the Star Wars game,
right?
And the interviewer is asking, "Well, there's going to be Wookiees here? Is there going to be Chewbacca?" No, this is from the prequel era. Dude, Chewbacca was literally at that battle. Literally.
Which battle?
Don't go talking about shit you don't know if you don't know.
Which battle?
The battle between the clone, or not the clone troopers, but the battle droids against the Wookiees on Kashyyyk, where at the very end, Order 66 got initiated, and Yoda had to leap up and lop off the head of two clone troopers, and then climb up on Chewbacca's back, and go to his little escape pod spaceship. Because no, Chewbacca wasn't there, jackass. Anyway, I don't get riled up when people talk shit about Star Wars. Not at all. You would have had the same. You might not have been as vocal about it, but you would have had the same feeling. Yes, I am a nerd. I am absolutely a nerd. I will not downplay that in the slightest. I wear my nerd mantle proudly.
Nerd.
I'm such a nerd that I'm wearing my Cowboy Bebop t-shirt that I got for Christmas from my brother. So for those that are interested, although I may not be sending you miniatures to play the game, I am willing to send you a PDF of my rules for my World War II naval combat game if you are so inclined. They are company agnostic, so you can either, print out your own in 1/6000 scale, or if you got a crap ton of 1/1800 scale, hell, if you've got 1/1200 scale, you can use the rules. One thing I've decided to do, and I need to go back there and I need to go back into the file and change all reference of inches to MUs, maneuver units, or movement units. You can play 1/700th if you want. You just need a really, really, really big play surface. So, something got posted on Discord. Let's take a look here. Oh wow. Yeah, let's take a look here. I'm going to pull up Chris Long's painting area. Hold on, guys. There you go.
Oh my.
So that's what he's working on. I've got that exact same tray.
Walmart specials.
Yep. Oh, wait. There's his paints.
Can't you make it bigger? Oh my God. And I bet there's doubles and triples of that stuff.
Hold on.
Yeah, you do. I thought my war game collection was a problem. I see a lot of it's the air stuff.
Let's see here. No, I didn't want to. There we go. Can I? Come on.
The little paint mixing tray. The little 6 slotter.
Yep. There's his Vallejo pigments.
You are old. Panel room. Yeah, that takes me back.
Let's see.
There's a big. Oh, it's thinner. Never mind. I got one of those. I got a sleeve of them thingies, them green sticky bushy thingies.
Yep. He's got some paints.
Yeah, agreed. Well, flock me running.
That's one way to do contrast paints.
Holy mackerel. I didn't even know they made them that big. That's what she said.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
There's the speed paints.
What the hell? Oh, yeah.
Got some Star Wars stuff going on there.
He's a painting fool.
See, I thought storing boxed war games was tough enough for me. I couldn't fathom trying to do that.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. Thanks for sending this.
Ewoks.
That's too bad.
There you go.
Let's do some combat, boys. This guy has to go.
So there you go.
Good stuff.
He says, I have a problem, I know. Dave Hall says, 1/700 hiding in boxes due to lack of space. There you go. Says, my games room is flashback 1970s. Dave Hall wants to know what it's like to be organized. I don't know. That's for damn sure. I have just now printed out these stands here. I need to get some printed out from my brother. I told him I would get some done, but I got to do a little bit of maintenance to the printer. It's acting up. He says, I put 2 contrasts in one bottle. Oh, there you go. So you can make your own contrast speed paints. Yeah, I know you can make your own, but I'm too damn lazy. McMurray says 14 watching. Yeah, we got 14 watching.
Yeah, it's been actually a steady between 12 and 14 since we got on.
Yeah, and then Walkabout, Chris says, my kids Ewoks, lol. Hey, McMurray's got Ewoks. So I hope you're staying safe out there, sir, if you're still out there. So, all righty. Well, we have gone for an hour and 53 minutes talking about absolutely nothing. But that's okay. I think we've done good so far. Again, everybody tell E4 congratulations. He is the winner of the 200 subscriber giveaway.
Cool.
He will be receiving a XXL t-shirt from the Chronicles of Not J, sponsored by Wiley Games. And he will be receiving British and Italians. He'll get 2 British battleships, 2 British heavy cruisers, 2 British light cruisers, 4 British destroyers, and then the same thing on the Italian side. He will then also receive a PDF copy of my beta rules for Ocean Thunder with the appropriate ship sheets to play the game with. I'll get that all sent out at the same time. Not only will I send you the PDFs so you can have on your computer, your tablet, or whatever. I'll also go ahead and send you paper copies as well. So there you go. Remember, if we hit 300 by Christmas, I'll paint up Darth Vader and an Obi-Wan Kenobi. You'll get a T-shirt in the size of your choice. And Hexy will play a miniatures game on his table.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's by Christmas. If we are so lucky, he came back. I thought I got rid of you. Could have sworn I got rid of you.
You did the 5-minute thing, I think.
I did. The 5-minute thing is what gets rid of the thing. If you ban him completely, it still leaves it up there. I don't know.
I just want to show some love.
Uh-huh. Anyway, if we hit 300 by October 31st, by Halloween, you're going to get the shirt. You're going to get 5-man crew for the Rebels, 5-man crew for the Empire. You're going to get the PDF of Fistful of Lead, Galactic Heroes, 2nd edition. And you're going to receive at least one scenario that I've written for those models that you'll be receiving. So, big prizes. Also, E4, you're receiving a surprise from McMurray.
Oh, that sounds scary.
I don't know what it is.
Well, good luck, E4. Yeah, good luck.
So, message me directly on Facebook or on Discord so I can get your mailing information. And it takes a couple of weeks to get the T-shirt in because I got to order it from. I got to let Jay Wiley know that I need it, and he orders it and then ships it to me. So also, I got to have time to get the ships printed and painted up and sent out to you. So, but we'll chat about that offline.
Good prize, man. Good, congratulations, E4.
Yep. And please, hopefully you enjoy the game. Please play it. If you've got any questions about it, definitely contact me. We want to. I want to see how people that are not inside my head play the game. If I'm missing anything in the rules, if there's something blatantly obvious that's not explained, I want to know, because if it's up here and somebody asks me and says, oh well, what about this, I can just spit it out, but I need that to be in the if it's something that someone's going to ask and it's not in the rules, I need to know that. So take care, Reese. Have a good night. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Yep.
And then warm up. Oh, looky, it's Toddy and his new paints. Yes, it is. And he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, brother.
So, Hexy.
Yes, sir.
You're pushing forward. German's going to make it.
Pushing forward. I cleared that darn Soviet stack that was holding up my supply lines. So, I'm combating forward.
All right. And you're just still priming right now there, Todd?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I do tonight because it's going to have to dry for a while. So probably won't get to these because I got some stuff going on over the weekend. I probably will not get to these till next week. So.
Oh, you finally kicked him out. Outstanding. Good for you. Yeah, he had family in the house that was unexpected to him. Hey, guy, is the camouflage in Black Hawk down? Is that what you Yanks call chocolate chip?
I was part of it.
Is the Jay says yes. So there you go. Yes. Also known as 6-color desert.
That's how I know it.
Mini Warmut says, love my family, but 3 or 4 days in a row, too much. Yep. My mom always said fish and company smell after 3 days. And
that's just your mustache.
Hey, shut up. And the best lights at Christmas are the taillights of your family's car as they are leaving the house. So, Chris Long says, thank you. Warmut says, lol. All right, guys. Anything y'all want to add before we close it out for the night?
Thanks for having me on, and thanks for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody have a great night. We will see you. Yes, my mother was a very wise woman. Nuttier than a fruitcake. Loved her dearly. Miss her every day of my life. But she was a smart woman. All right, I will do that, sir. Facebook or Discord. See you, McMurray. Take care. Be safe, buddy. Dave Hall says, good evening.
Night.
Facebook. Okay, I will. I'll, as soon as we're done here, I'll send you a message, buddy. I'll instant or whatever it's called. I don't know. That's showing my age. Instant message. So, all right. Well, next week, don't know what we're going to be doing. Maybe doing the same thing. Who knows? I might have a Star Wars scenario to talk about. Who knows? But until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.